certainly explains all the complaints I've been getting from the maintenance department. Oh, to think of it, I could just redirect it to go into Justice Scalia, so yeah, I think that'll work.
See? I give you good ideas, and you piss off and leave me alone.
Yeah, because that's how that works. You give me one slightly useful idea, and management downstairs forgets all about the yearly audit paperwork.
Dad does love his paperwork. Alright. Let's just get it the fuck over with then.
That's fine with me. Alright. First of all, how many babies have you torn from the arms of their wailing mothers? Well...
I know this is sudden, but it's said that glass shape and pour style has much. It's the cleanliness of the glass.
A few.
Sweet. This month. This quarter? This year. How many virgins have you defiled and led down a path of debauchery and sin?
Oh, I've actually been trying to do this one, but men keep, going their own way.
Fuck does that even mean? Look, Dizzy. Ever since one of our own antichrists got elected into the Oval Office, Lucifer has been really pushing all the lesser antichrists and demons to step up their game.
You mean like one of these games?
What?
Oh! How about this one?
What does that have anything to do with corrupting the masses?
Let me show you. Show you corrupting the masses. That's what I'll do. Show that to you. Hello, welcome to Rotten to the Pit. My name's Dizzy, and I have one question to ask you. Have you played this? Have you? Been corrupted by it? Pulled in by it? By its throes? By its divine edition?
Damn you. What more can you take from me?
Is that a dare?
What more?
It's up to you to find out. Keep fighting, Dante.
Dante's Inferno is a game loosely based off the poem of the same name. Now, when I say loosely based, I mean more inspired, since this game has little to nothing to do with the poem itself. You play as Dante, a crusader whose wife is kidnapped by Lucifer and dragged to hell. Dante must descend the circles of hell and save his wife before Lucifer can Persephone all over her face and body. Is it a bloody mess through the very depths of the worst part of the afterlife? Or is it just some dude bro power fantasy full of violence, blood, and ghost boobs? Let's find out.
Okay, so have you played God of War? Because, this is like a direct copy. Gameplay's almost identical. Even have the weird, quick-timey event thing going on in it. Randomly and shit like that.
For those who have been living under a rock since the PS2 era, let me explain what I mean. Dante's Inferno is a fast-paced character action game, where you slaughter waves after waves of demons and the undead through level after level. Dante has two basic weapons, his Death Scythe and his Holy Cross. The Death Scythe is used for melee attacks, and will most likely be your main weapon for basic combo strings and quick kills. What's interesting about the Death Scythe is its versatility. The Death Scythe not only bisects and eviscerates opponents, but can also become a chain or a hookshot that both works in and outside of combat. The Scythe is Dante's main tool, and it will shift and change in accordance to his needs. Honestly, the Scythe sometimes changes in ways that don't really make sense. Sometimes the staff will disappear, for instance. It doesn't really matter, but sometimes it can break the illusion when silly things like that happen. Dante's second tool is his Holy Cross. The cross is primarily used for infinite projectiles. The most useful thing about the cross is that it auto-locks to the nearest enemy, allowing for easy to perform combos. Dante will also gain abilities and spells which require mana to use, and does everything from strong attacks, armor, stunning enemies, etc., etc. In mid-battle, Dante can grab a demon and choose either to absolve or punish them, which will give you points toward upgrading the 2 combat trees. The Unholy Tree, which opens up more as you punish, and the Holy Tree, which opens up more as you absolve. The 2 trees unlock different things. The Unholy Tree is connected to the Death Scythe and will allow you to purchase moves and combos, whereas the Holy Tree is connected to the Holy Cross. Both trees open up unique spells as well as health and mana upgrade. If I'm being honest, absolving is the best option you have, because the best spell of the game is only available to purchase from absolving of demons, and that is a Divine Armor. Once fully upgraded, the armor not only temporarily absorbs all damage, but also heals Dante rather quickly, and since health drops aren't frequent mid-battle, it is a lifesaver. The game's currency is souls, which can be found by killing demons and in fountains outside of battle. These help you purchase your moves and your upgrades once they are unlocked. After fighting long enough, Dante can also enter something called Redemption Mode, which will increase his speed and make it so he doesn't stagger. It's a great way to get him out of a bind when he is low in health and needs to deal a shit ton of damage really fast. In between fighting hordes of demons, the game fills its downtime with puzzles. Some of the puzzles are simple, move the box here to open the doors. Other puzzles are platforming based. But really, I think they are just there to let the player relax. The puzzles aren't hard, and the platforming puzzles don't really change at all, but they are built in a way to keep you focused but relatively calm. I honestly think they are mostly included so that the players don't burn out on action and play the game for longer stretches of time. Collectibles are abound in the game, but unlike other games, they all have a use, which is very nice, whether it be simple quality of life upgrades like fast absolving, or just collecting mass amounts of souls. But the most useful collectibles are the relics, which are equipment, and they do a variety of things. It allows you to polish up your playstyle whether you are into heavy counters or into doing fast and massive damage. My favorite collectible in the game is the Lost Souls. On his journey through the circles of hell, Dante can encounter lost souls, which he can absolve or punish. Punishing or absolving these souls will give you way more points towards your holy or unholy trees than compared to the demons you do that to in battle. The cool thing about them is that they are all based off real people, or people from mythology, and this allows you to judge historical characters, and I just think that's awesome. I'm kind of a myth and history buff, so this inclusion is really cool, in my opinion. The main reason I am so enthusiastic about this game isn't the gameplay, though it's fun, but it's the art design. The lead art designer on the project is a man by the name of Wayne Barlow, a veteran in the movie industry and in the world of art and design. His depictions of aliens and hell are both awe-inspiring and horrifying. His depictions of hell in particular are the stuff of your worst nightmares, but still have this savage beauty to them. They both grip the imagination and repulse the senses, and he is perfect for this rendition of the underworld. His art translates beautifully into the game, whether it's the perverse hurricanes of lust and the sirens within, or the putrid underbelly of gluttony, with the obese monsters bent on devouring Dante. Each layer has its own feel and isn't so easily forgotten. The game also comes with a featurette with him, talking about his art. And honestly, I think it's totally worth the watch, and I'm not normally into in-game featurettes like that. Where the setting and feel of the game matches the horrific imagery of the poem, the story, not so much. Dante is a crusader, charged with guarding a vast amount of prisoners during the Crusades, when they escape and stab him in the back. Quite literally. Death comes for Dante and tells him that he was lied to, that the Crusades weren't righteous and his soul will be dragged off to hell. Dante, enraged by this knowledge, does the one thing that you do in that situation. He kills Death. As you do. After killing Death, Dante steals the Death Scythe and literally sews all his sins to his chest. After coming back home, he finds his father and wife dead. Lucifer appears and drags Beatrice, Dante's wife, to hell, so Dante descends the circles of hell to save her. Where the poem focuses less on Dante and more on the world of hell and the demons and the people who reside in the Inferno, the game focuses on Dante, his family, and his sins, which is kind of the main problem with the game's plot. Dante is a pretty boring character, and even though you are shown how the circles relate to him and his life, you never really understand or learn really anything about him. You learn surface things, but his motivations remain largely unclear or largely unimportant. Why Beatrice is stolen is touched on, but never really expanded on. We know she's a key, and is super important, but is never really elaborated on. None of this is a big problem because the story isn't actually important to the game. The gameplay and the world take away from the boring cliche story and stupid scenes. Like this one.
Did a 13-year-old write this? Like, fucking hell, man.
All in all, story isn't much to write home about. It's clear they know the source material, but chose to largely ignore it in the story so they can inject an action movie plotline into it. Which, if the gameplay and world wasn't so well put together, would be a problem. But since the gameplay is good, it's pretty enjoyable nonetheless.
Not to explain how I'm supposed to corrupt people with a divine right, review. Look, I know I've been rather glowing, actually. Am I feeling okay?
Overall, Dante's Inferno is rather fun. When I was originally writing the script, I actually thought I would be a lot harder on the game, but honestly, even though it's not unique in gameplay, it's still solid, and the art design is fan-fucking-tastic. The game isn't a game to relax to, but if you want a fast-paced action game, I suggest this one, because it's probably cheap now.
I'm not used to not tearing games apart, so, go play it. If you're in the mood for a God of War-like game. Play it at least once. You can get it real cheap now, so I got better things to do now. I gotta go prove to a certain someone that I can corrupt a whole bunch of people with this, so yeah. This has been Run to the Bit. See? See? Now do you understand?